really excited to have an IDC analyst here, IDC analyst Maureen Fleming. She is Program Vice President, Integration and Process Automation at IDC. Welcome, Maureen. So good to see you.
Our first question for you is about the journey companies go through on the path to a robot for every person. Can you talk a little bit what that journey looks like and sort of the benefits along the way?
Yeah, I think that when you think about a robot for everyone, that's a huge goal. And when you start thinking about where RPA began, which was a way to improve labor productivity, by making workers more productive, but through automation, and then start thinking about it for everyone, it means that you have to start thinking about a robot being more interactive with a worker, and you also have to think about the robot being able to handle smaller, more granular types of capabilities, so that the interactivity can be more broadly applied. On top of that, we're looking for, when you start thinking about the journey, you're looking for ways to lower the cost of development and simplify development, so that more people can be involved with building their own robots or these different robot fragments. And so the journey really has gone from being fully automation focused to augmentation focused with technology that corresponds to it. In addition to right now, what I think is the most interesting idea and thing that's going on, and an area that I talk about with my clients quite a bit, is this introduction of task mining, because in a way it really significantly accelerates the development of a software robot. And on top of that, once you have that in place, and as the technology evolves, I see that converging with the studio or the development environment, where instead of using the task mining to do automation planning, the task mining works more interactively with the studio environment to actually do the automation, at least to some sort of minimally viable robot. That will not only solve the problem of speeding up the development, but will also significantly decrease the cost of building bots. And once you get there, then it's almost like the sky's the limit in terms of how you can apply this.
How are the robots being positioned to the employees?
Realistically, to move past this idea that you're doing mostly full automation, then the thing that's most interesting is this idea of thinking about a robot as your assistant. And so from that perspective, a lot of benefits that you can get from automation, task level automation, don't necessarily remove people from the workforce so much as make them make better decisions, be able to do a lot of augmentation and get rid of laborious things that used to be painful. So for me, when I think about this, and when I talk about it with clients, I talk about this idea of a robot assistant. And I think about this idea of having a digital coordinator, a digital secretary, or any of those sorts of roles that you used to have available to you way before any of us were in the workforce. And so secretaries and typist pools and all sorts of roles that were really ubiquitous, that gave way to becoming self-service focused for workers. So right now, having this idea of a robot come in to help us out is really inspiring to me, for sure, because I really need one. But I think it makes it a more useful way of thinking about it in terms of how this evolves.